My first time watching Band of Brothers episode 7. Let's go ahead and watch this.
I've seen death. I've seen my friends, my men being killed. It doesn't take too many days of that, and you change dramatically.
We had no food, we didn't have much ammunition, it was cold, we didn't have any clothes. If you'd be able to fire some crazy thing and shoot at you.
Everywhere you would look, you would see dead people. So death was all over.
When your friends go down, to really take care of them, I withstood it well, but I had a lot of trouble in later life because those events would come back.
Wow. You already know this episode is about to be deep because they didn't even start off with the intro. They started off with the interviews. Oh boy, the breaking point. Okay. Prepare my mind.
After holding the line at Bastogne, Easy Company was once again called on to help push the Germans back through the bulge.
Right there.
Hey, take it easy.
Stop crying, Malark, or I'll nail it to your head.
Made of wood.
Garnier, come on.
Made of wood.
Let's go.
I was glad to be out of my foxhole and moving again.
We got jackets now. Good.
E Company was sent to clear the Bois Jacques. During that 1,000-yard attack through the woods, we encountered sporadic German machine gun, but for the most part met little resistance.
Ooh, oh, it's just a horse, just a horse, huh?
Hubler had been talking about getting a Luger since Normandy.
Oh yeah! If I'm not mistaken, they did show that in one of the previous episodes.
You're a good shot, Hub. Just glad you're on our side.
Excellent.
Where's Dyke?
He's around.
Could you be a little more specific there, Sergeant? I haven't seen him all day. I didn't see him when we were coming through the woods, and I have to figure out how we ended up.
I don't know, but I wish you'd stay.
Yeah, he was lost the last episode.
Oh. Patrol?
No, we would have heard. What do you see, Shift? Nobody out there.
Are you sure?
No, he shot himself. Medic! What? Doc!
You with a loaded gun in your pants.
Medic!
Where are you hit, Hoop? Hoop, where are you hit?
My leg!
Like, we got enough going on with the war as is. Like, you can't be going around just causing accidents like this.
Warm up.
You hear me?
Somebody keep him warm.
Listen to me, Hoop. It's okay. You think it was a German leg?
Is that Eugene?
That was a great shot, really. It's all right.
How we doing, Doc?
You're gonna be fine. Can't see a thing. We gotta get back to an aid station.
Stay there, Hoop.
Oh.
Doc.
Wait.
Doc.
No!
He was wearing so many clothes we couldn't tell how bad he was bleeding.
Yeah.
By the time we got him to the aid station, he was already dead. A bullet cut the main artery in his leg, sir.
Wouldn't have made a difference if you had known.
Go back and make sure the boys are all dug in, sir.
Where's Dyke?
They keep asking that.
Sir?
No, I just would have expected to get this kind of news from him.
Even in the last episode, they kept saying, "Where's Dyke? Where's Dyke? Where's Dyke?" Also, Winters, you good? You don't look too good. I mean, I know it's cold, but...
Where's Dyke? I probably heard that question 1,000 times. There were long stretches where we didn't know where Lieutenant Dyke was. Go off on these walks for hours at a time. But Lieutenant Dyke was supposed to be leading the company.
So he would just go off and leave?
On tight security around the company CP, Lieutenant James. That understood? All right.
Dyke wasn't a bad leader because he made bad decisions.
Planning a move. So I will probably be called away regularly.
Not probably. I'll probably be called away regularly.
At present, as per usual, but I'll clarify that with you at a later...
That's terrifying. As a leader,
All right, I gotta make a call.
that's horrifying. He really like, war? What war? I'm out. At this point, like, I would rather have Sobel be in charge.
Sometimes we got the feeling E Company was an annoyance to him. Something unpleasant he had to get through before he could continue his march up the ladder.
Wow.
We're doing all right, even with Foxhole Norman. In case you ain't noticed, there's a little town down the hill over there, right? And in that town are these guys, and these guys are called Germans. And our side's gonna want to go into that town. I know, Bill, all right? It's me you're talking to here.
Hey, First Sergeant.
Hey, boys.
Hey, Lip.
Collar.
Hey, Sarge.
Hey, Lip.
I wouldn't want to be a replacement officer coming in here. You're getting thrown in with a group of guys who've known each other 2 years. You're supposed to just show up and lead them?
You know, that's a good counter argument, Lip.
How could anyone really? If you ask me, a guy'd have to march off to Berlin and come back with Hitler's mustache or something. You guys don't worry about Dyke. All right?
Yeah.
Just an awesome word of encouragement.
See you, Sarge.
Come on.
Yeah, boy.
They really do. Easy Company really does have some
I
good
don't know if I
people in
believed any of
charge.
that,
Oh,
But as company first sergeant, it was my job. Not to protect
I
Dyke,
fell for that.
but to protect the integrity of the company.
Well, you gotta do what you gotta do.
You know
Keep,
what Dyke's problem
keep the
is,
people
Dose?
together.
He's just another one of those arrogant rich jerks from Yale. Division's not gonna let me replace him just because I got a bad feeling about him. Who'd I put in his place? Shams?
Do not ever talk when I'm talking, you got that?
Or Peacock? No one tries harder, but he's not cut out to take men into combat. I'm not gonna make him company CO, and I don't even want him as a platoon leader.
What about Compton?
He's the only real choice. I want Easy Company to have at least one experienced platoon leader. Not that it matters anyway, because I can't get rid of Dyke.
Trouble is, it's not your job anymore, Dick. You gotta find somebody.
We all agreed Buck Compton would have been the best choice to run Easy.
I feel that too.
If Winters had been able to get rid of Dyke. Buck wasn't the same soldier he'd been before he got shot in Holland.
I've invested too much time shaping you into something useful. You get yourself knocked out of this thing.
No, you'll kill me.
Even if you're dead, I'll still kill you.
Crazy Joe McCloskey. This guy used to hang at the front of Delancey's and just, you know, just stare at people.
Yeah, I know who Crazy Joe McCluskey.
And Buck kind of reminds me of him now.
Wait, what are you saying? He's nuts?
Oh, come on, you seen him, Bill. He's all wound up like a spring.
Hey, he's fine. Wasn't getting shot that got him. It was being in that hospital. I've been there, okay? It ain't pretty.
Yeah, but they make a good point because we did have that one scene where Compton was in the theater and Winters was talking to him and he did not seem like he was
Sure thing,
here.
Buck. Nothing stupid.
Nothing stupid, Buck.
Don't do anything stupid. Bunch of morons who volunteered to jump out of a perfectly good airplane. You get any more stupid than that? Probably not.
I heard about Hubler.
It is.
Yes, sir, it is.
Where you from, Lipton? Where'd you grow up?
Huntington, West Virginia.
Huntington. What kind of work did you do there?
My brother and I helped my mom run a boarding house.
And your father?
He was killed when I was 10, sir.
That's sad.
Why is he asking all this, like, now, all of a sudden?
Decided to join the paratroopers.
I read an article about paratroopers in Life magazine. It said if you want to make it as a paratrooper, you had to be the best.
You miss it?
Try not to think about it that much. Where are you from, sir?
Oh! Yo! No, what is his problem? He said, where are you from, sir? Homeboy's gone. Did this really happen with Dyke? Did this really happen?
Captain Nixon, sir. What?
What?
Good morning, sir. Sorry to disturb you.
Yes, Winters with the daily shave.
I think I got something that'll help you with your leadership problem.
Huh, Dyke's being transferred?
No, I can't help you with that. But Division has decided to pluck one officer from each regiment, send him back to the States on a 30-day furlough.
Really?
Get him out banging the drum for the war bond drive. Turns out I've been plucked.
What? No!
How in the world does your leaving help me?
Yeah.
I'm not going. I've already seen the States. I grew up there. That's why I came to Europe. Sure, we can find an officer somewhere in this battalion who could use a long trip home.
Compton?
Lieutenant Peacock.
Oh, Peacock.
I can't think of anybody who deserves this more.
Thanks.
Really glad. Thanks, guys. I mean, it really means a lot.
It really means a lot, you know?
know?
Hooray! Hooray! They're so cute! Hooray! Okay, hooray.
Got to keep the morale up for them folks back home.
Why? Would you excuse me for a moment, sir?
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
Want to head back to the line, sir.
Joe, you don't have to do that. Get yourself back to the aid station.
And wasn't he also dealing with Trenchfoot last episode?
All right, then go.
Thank you, sir.
They be so resilient.
And everybody was glad to have him back. Especially Bill Garnier.
I had to make sure you were on top of things.
On top of things. Look who I found.
Hey, Joe Toy! Hey, Rick, back how for are more! you?
How are you, Joe?
A lot of you guys been injured? It's called wounded, Peanut.
Injured's when you fall out of a tree.
Don't worry. Almost every single one of these guys has been hit at least once. He landed on broken glass in Normandy and got peppered by a potato masher in Holland. And a piece of exploding tank in Holland. Luz here. Hey, even First Sergeant Lipton over there. He got a couple pieces of a tank shell burst in Carentan.
That sounds horrific. Like, everybody literally has been shot.
Hey, be careful if he offers you a cigarette. What are they talking about? Spears.
Spit.
Lieutenant
Oh
Spears.
boy. Oh boy.
Lieutenant Ronald Spears was one of the platoon leaders in D Company.
Ah.
He was already a legend.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't trust this man.
There's another one about him giving cigarettes to 20 German POWs.
He shot 20 POWs?
Christensen.
Lieutenant Spears.
I got the name right, didn't I? Christensen?
Yes, sir.
What are you men doing out here?
Just...
We're watching the lines, sir.
Keep up the good work. While you're at it, you might want to reinforce your cover.
Oh, well, actually, sir, Lieutenant Dykes are not even to bother.
Lieutenant Dyke said that, huh? Oh, anyone care for smoke?
Oh! Yo! Bro! Messing with them.
You?
Messing with them.
Afternoon on January 3rd, we returned to our old position in the woods overlooking
Spears!
While we were in the Bois Jacques, the Germans had been shelling our old position.
Oh.
There were signs of tree bursts everywhere.
Wow, wow.
That got our attention. Looking across the field at Foy, I could see enemy troops. I still couldn't see their artillery.
Oh, looks like been pounding this area with pretty big stuff. No, they're just waiting.
For what? For us to reoccupy the position.
If they've got us targeted, maybe...
We hold the line here. Right, Lieutenant?
Y'all!
Right, Lieutenant? Fine.
Please!
I gotta go talk to Regiment.
Oh yeah? Yeah? Yeah?
Incoming! Take cover!
Oh! The Germans did not waste any time. Oh!
Take cover!
He just got back too. Better hope a tree don't fall on
For
you.
some reason, at that moment in that half-finished foxhole, all I could think about was the 4th of July when I was a kid. I loved to blow up dirt clouds and pop bottles and the like. Looked forward to it all year long.
He's
What I saw
smiling.
that day was the most awesome and terrifying display of firepower I've ever seen in my life.
Are you? This is awesome
So I
and
wouldn't have been
terrifying.
laughing if I'd known what happened to Joe Toy.
No! Did Joe die? Oh, come on. Does anybody see him?
Okay, can you walk? Come on, find the foxhole. Come on. I gotta get up.
Joe.
I gotta get up.
You hear that? Is that Joe? Stay.
Stay down! Stay down!
Help!
Yeah.
Help! Anyone there? Come on, Joe. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on, pal. Come on, Joe. Over my foxhole.
Incoming!
No!
Come on! Come on! Hurry up!
Don't tell me we lost both of them.
During the second barrage, I wasn't laughing anymore.
No! Garnier and Joe?
Stay down! You stay down! You get things organized here. I'm gonna go for help.
Listen, get battalion on the line. Tell them to notify BAS.
Medic!
Stay ready! Stay ready!
Doc, what can I do? Hold this.
What's the guy got to do to get killed around here?
Take this man. Hey, Lip. Ain't got old Garnier this time. Hey, Joe, I told you I beat you back to the States.
Now it's not the time to joke, Garnier. Please. I'm trying to have a moment. He's over here joking, but that's so Garnier. Like, this is so traumatic. What?
You should probably go talk to him now, huh?
Compton is not okay. It's becoming so much right now.
Some say Buck changed after he was shot in Holland, but I know something happened to him when he saw Toy and Garnier on the ground.
At least they are alive.
Buck was a great combat leader.
Compton!
He was wounded in Normandy.
Lieutenant Compton?
Blade did not make the Rose Bowl this winter.
With Buck off the line, there was no longer any possible alternative to Dyke. We were stuck with Dyke,
He's over there.
and he was off taking a walk.
Girl, Dyke is a running gag. Where's Lieutenant Dyke?
You know who comes running up to Lipton. He's got no helmet, no gear, no nothing. First Sergeant Lipton, you organize things here, and I'm gonna go for help.
The entire series, he's been iconic for these impersonations.
Great impression of Dyke.
You think so? I thought it was a little off.
Nah, you got it pretty good. Huh?
Second doesn't do anybody any good, okay?
Yeah, I got you.
All right.
No! 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 You can't even see anything. No! 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 What is that? That don't blow up. This.
The shell that hit the foxhole Luz and I were in was a dud.
Oh.
Their death hit Malarkey the hardest. Malarkey's best friends in the company had been Compton, Muck, and Pencala.
We'll just hunker down. We might get some relief soon. Okay?
These deaths are becoming more personal for the soldiers and personal for us. Some of these men we actually got to spend time with. We know them.
We were all worried about Malarkey.
Didn't I hear you say you wanted to, bring a Luger home for your kid brother? Why don't you give him that?
Captain Winters was wondering if you wanted to go back to battalion and, work as his runner for a few days.
I'm gonna stay here.
Say goodbye to Buck. I'm sure it'll mean a lot to him. You be careful with that.
Even 50 yards back from the line just for an hour or two could make a big difference in a soldier's state of mind.
Right.
I saw a soldier try to dig a foxhole with his bare hands.
Private.
He didn't notice that he'd torn off all his fingernails.
Private.
Something we all felt, but you just didn't show it.
It's getting dark.
Buck was never the same after seeing Toy and Garnier get hit that day.
Compton.
I was afraid the men would lose focus.
He's checking on them.
And that was dangerous. We cleared the woods east and west of Foy. Now it was time for the inevitable assault on Foy itself. But now I was beginning to wonder if any of us were going to make it through it all. Problem was, at least in my estimation, E Company still did not have a leader.
I don't know how we're gonna even move forward.
The night before the attack, I did something as first sergeant I would never have imagined myself doing.
Didn't figure you for smoking, man.
Neither did I. We've been watching Foy all day, sir. Not much activity.
How's Easy's status?
The men are good, sir. They're prepared. They're probably the weakest after losing Toy and Garnier and Muck and Pencala. But all in all, I have every confidence in the men, sir. But on the other hand, I have no confidence in our CO, sir. Lieutenant Dyke is an empty uniform, Captain.
Not an empty uniform.
He's not there, sir.
Well, he's gonna be there tomorrow.
Where?
Yes, sir. I understand he will be there physically. And he's gonna have to lead those men. He's gonna have to make decisions, sir, and I think he's gonna get a lot of Easy Company men killed.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sergeant. That'll be all.
Winters.
Yes, sir.
You gotta do something. Winters.
I said what I had to say.
I said what I said. Winters gonna do something, right? Right?
You got about 1/8 of a mile of open field to cross before we get down here in a Foy. 3rd Battalion will come in from the east. Clear?
Clear.
I'm relying on you.
Let's go! Keep it moving! Keep moving!
For us, we are really out in the open. The Germans have advantage point.
We're inside! Me got. First platoon!
We're missing a platoon? Hold up! Hold up!
Easy Company! Hold up!
What do you mean, what is going on? For real, for real.
Get out of there! Move!
So I think we should take
Why are we stopping right here, right now?
Easy, ready.
We can't be confused on the battlefield.
Fully! First platoon, hold up! Take cover!
I'm sorry. Whoa! This is exactly what Lip was talking about. You're going to get us killed for no reason.
What's the plan? I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? Now is not the time to not know, bro. Right. See, Winters, I thought Winters was going to handle this. I mean, I get the fact that you just can't get rid of him.
You take your men on a flanking mission around the village. We will provide suppressing fire.
We're gonna be kind of alone out there, Lieutenant.
Yeah, no. I don't really care what this man is saying. Let's not listen to him. Let's devise our own plan right here. This ain't working.
Okay, here it is. We're gonna flanking run around the back of the village, and we attack from the rear.
Too many. Too many.
We are sitting ducks here. We have to keep moving.
Yes, Winters, get out there! Get out there! Come on! Go!
Commander, now get back here.
Go, Winters, go! Come on!
I think I understand
Come
your
on.
attachment to easy.
Let's go, boy!
Get yourself over.
No!
Get out there, Elite Dyke, and take that attack on hand.
Ain't no way! Ain't no way! You call it spears, Winters? You call it spears? Ain't no way!
I'm taking over.
Precision, Lipton! First platoon tried to end around, but they're stretched out. They're pinned down by a sniper.
All right, I want mortars and grenade launchers on that building till it's gone. When it's gone, I want first to go straight in. Forget going around. Everybody else follow me. Yes, sir.
Homeboy just came in and said, follow me. Oh.
First platoon, move out! Move out! Fire!
Yo, I'm sorry. They keep showing it. Fire! But we're advancing. We're advancing.
A lot of infantry!
Yeah, that's a tank.
Sir, I think they're gonna pull back. If we don't connect with I, they're gonna slip away.
Okay. They dipping. Spears is spears. Yo, dude is hardcore.
I think they couldn't quite believe it. They were.
Yo.
He came back.
What? Ain't no way. Dude is a superhero. What? Unscathed. What? Railroad.
We took over 100.
You telling me Spears kind of single-handedly did that a couple of episodes ago? Sniper. That was a sneaky sniper, first of all, because you waited. You waited.
Second floor, building on the right. Don't miss Shifty.
Come on, Shifty. Snipers be just sniping. Like, why? That was the last one, right? Right? That was this last 5 minutes.
Aaron.
That was some good stuff.
There would have been more if it hadn't been for Shifty Powers.
Right on, Shifty. Aww.
You hit bad, Perconti?
Beautiful wound, Lip.
Beautiful wound. I'm still baffled. I don't want the words to come out of my mouth that I like spears now. I don't know. I'm still suspicious.
I guess a lot of the men thought once we'd taken Foy, they'd get us off the line.
Wow.
We spent our night in Rashamp in a convent. It was the first time we'd spent a night indoors in a month.
Wow. Yeah, they probably needed that.
Of course, in the morning, we found out Mormalan would have to wait. Hitler had launched a counteroffensive in Alsace, but at least for that night, we didn't know it yet.
Eugene. Quite literally, this is the first scene of warmth. I mean, even the color has changed. It's reds, yellows, and browns compared to the white outside in the snow.
That's 145 total. We were going out with 63.
Oh,
Garnier was badly wounded and Hubler died accidentally.
What?
Joe Toy had lost his leg. Our month in Belgium cost us one good officer, Buck Compton, and one bad one, Norman Dyke.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, Dyke. I'm sorry. Oh wait, is that Spears? Oh, Spears. I don't know how to feel about Spears just yet.
I better get back to the battalion before they disappear. You want to ask me, don't you?
Ask you what, sir?
You want to know if they're true or not, the stories about me. Everyone says they heard it from someone who was there.
Maybe they kept talking about it because they never heard Tertius deny it.
Maybe that's because Tertius knew there was some value to the men thinking he was the meanest, toughest in the whole Roman Legion.
They're just glad to have you as our CO. Good leader again.
I've been told there's always been one man they could count on. Let him into the Bois Jacques, held them together when they had the crap shelled out of them in the woods. Kept the men focused, gave them direction. All the things a good combat leader does. You don't have any idea who I'm talking about, do you?
No, sir.
No, sir.
It was you, First Sergeant.
No, sir.
Ever since Winters made battalion, you've been the leader. And you're not going to be First Sergeant much longer, First Sergeant. Winters put in for a battlefield commission and Sink approved on your behalf. Congratulations, Lieutenant.
What you trying to say? I'm not really sure what that means. Oh boy, I'm not sure I want to move forward. Spears is the leader.
Hey! What do you want?
What do you want? Also, I think this is the first time we've seen the sunshine in a minute. He said it started with 145, now we got 63 men. Beyond the wounded and killed, every man at Stone suffered. Men unhit by sharp ball or bullets were nevertheless casualties. Whew, every man suffered. I'm not sure that anybody who lived through that one hasn't carried with him some hidden ways of scars. Perhaps that is effective to help keep easy men bonded so unusually close together. The breaking point was truly the breaking point. Not even physically, mentally, for a lot of the men. For about 3/4 of the episode, it was just dialogue and the men interacting with one another, which I really liked because I feel that showcased more of their characteristics, because by now we know a lot of the men. They all really work together, even with their banter with one another, with Nix and Winters, with Garnier, Joe, Malarkey. They just all bounce off of each other, which it really makes this feel like a brotherhood. For this episode, at first, I did feel that it was static and not much was happening. I feel that ties in the mental aspect of this episode, because the last part of this episode that we started getting into the war again, the other 3/4 of this episode was the war mentally in their minds. You saw a lot of guys breaking down. It's beginning to be too much. We're 2 years into this and some of them are barely holding on, which is why I think this episode, The Breaking Point, it's a perfect title to sum up where we are. We have 3 more episodes to go, 8, 9, and 10. For me, though, while I was appreciative of seeing a different side to the men in their natural habitat without having to fight, I think this episode did slow down tremendously. And I don't feel that I really learned anything new. This is just a personal thing. I'm not sure if Lipton was the strongest to carry an episode. So far, out of all the men that they chose to hone in on and focus on, I think the storyline was strong enough to carry the episode, to follow that one man. And for Lip, I don't really feel that was the case. I don't feel that Lip was the right person to focus on for this episode. I just couldn't connect to him as well as I could with the other men. Like, this episode, it made me feel for Spears. It kind of turned into the Spears show, because if this would have been Spears' episode, wow. But you see what I'm saying? Like, Spears came in like the last 10 minutes and stole the show for me, and I feel that for this to be Lip's episode, it should have made me fall for that person more. And for Lip, I didn't do that. I don't know if it's the way that they chose to use him. I don't know. I'm not sure why it didn't work for me. It could have been the way that it was almost like he was writing in a journal and he was reading from that it didn't really work. I feel like another tool could have been used, or another person could have been used to highlight on this Breaking Point episode, especially since this is such a pivotal point in the war. It's a pivotal point for all of the men and their minds. We could have used a different person. I feel like I said, if this was Spears' episode, this would have been the breaking point. Because y'all gotta be kidding me. Spears is about to be in charge. Oh yeah, this is the breaking point. This is my breaking point. Because I was I'm telling you, y'all, I was so suspicious of Spears from the jump. I did not trust this man. I'm like, I don't know if he gonna be killing our soldiers. Wasn't sure. But then seeing the way he just came in, took charge, took initiative for the company, like, that's some smooth stuff. And he just ran in. Spears is that guy. He just went in. Just went in. The Germans was like, what? He just went in. But then again, Spears, he got a little extra something that added in him, because he just, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm just telling you. That to me, it even says something. I don't know. It just, I don't know if it was a different writer for this episode, a different director. Like, I think it was the writing that affected me in this episode. Not with the dialogue of the men, because I felt that was extremely strong, because each man's voice sounded authentic. Each man's voice sounded authentic. So it wasn't the dialogue that was a problem. It was just what they did with Lip's character. I could not connect to him. And I don't feel like he was the strongest person to focus on for a whole episode. Like, I feel like even if we had Nix, if we just focused on Nix for an episode, that would be amazing. Nix or Spears for Breaking Point. It's my vote. Or even Compton. I feel like Compton could have got a whole episode. So I don't know exactly how I feel about episode 7. I do not feel that this was the strongest in the entire series, which is kind of a letdown, because we're getting closer to the end. So I expect that the series should start to ramp up. Like, an episode like this would be something that I would expect like in the middle, like episode 5. But we're at episode 7. I need the heat to be turned up. I need to, feel it or whatever. Yeah, that was my take on episode 7. I don't feel like it was the strongest, but the ending almost flips that. Because that ending, that last 10 minutes, that was some good stuff. But then also this episode, to me, it's probably one of the funniest since Curry. Definitely. I feel like I laughed a lot in this episode, and there was a lot of just trauma. This episode was trauma-filled, but that didn't bother me because we have seen some horrific stuff in this series. It was just, something felt a little off, or something felt like it was missing from this episode. Those last 10 minutes. I don't know, Spears kind of came in and saved the day, because also, Winters almost had a little bit of beef with Winters, because he wasn't, I understand the fact that you just can't get rid of Dyke without cause, and plus, like, apparently he has status or pull. When Lip was trying to warn Winters, like, we're about to go into a battle, and Dyke is not the guy to lead us into that. And then Winters was like, well, there's nothing I can do about it. I was like, Winters, are you for real right now? He just said the men in Easy Company gonna die, and I really thought Winters was going, I don't know. Maybe he was at a crossroads, no pun intended, but I was a little bit shocked. I don't want to say disappointed in his decision, because he has to, follow rules himself, but I was shocked that he didn't I was like, Winters, really? You're gonna let Dyke go out there with Easy Company? I was so pumped up, because I thought Winters was gonna go out into the field, and if Winters went out into the field and just let loose, that would have been, I would have started screaming, clapping, jumping, but he almost went out, but he sent Spears out. I was like, Spears, Winters, you good? First you letting Dyke go out, now you sending Spears out? Are you good, Winters? Are you good? This is even a change for him as leader. I don't know. I feel like Winters belongs on the field. He belongs on the field, man. I don't know what you would take from my review of this episode. Those last 10 minutes saved it, because I was going to say this episode, it just, I feel like it was so just inactive. It almost could have been cut. This episode almost did not have to exist. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. Go ahead and tap that bell so you don't miss any more of my videos. And if you'd like to see more content, click on one of these over here. Until next time, guys.